GM to YouTube. GM. We are doing a new Inferno teaching stream. And the reason I have wanted to do an Inferno teaching stream is because I haven't done a run with confliction gauntlets yet. And I haven't done a run with Armadyl brews, which are new with sailing. So we have some very, very fancy new gear, which is very, very solid, which makes the run easier. Quickly, I'll explain Armadyl brew. If you don't know what that is, it's a range pot that drains everything except ranged and gives you some health. So it's like a combination of Sarah brew range pot. Effectively, you use it like a range pot that gives you health. That's what it's for. So you'll notice I have no range potions whatsoever. I just have Armadyl brew. Now I get a bunch of healing out of my range potions instead of what I used to do, which is bring a bunch of bastions, that kind of thing. Now you don't need to do that. You just bring Armadyl brew. And you can see I have a ridiculous amount of brew. We have 8 brews and then 4 Armadyl brews, which heal 11 per dose each. We have a lot of healing. Even if you are very, very stinky, very, very bad at Inferno, it's much easier than it used to be. The other big thing is confliction gauntlets. What do confliction gauntlets do? You'll notice I'm not bringing mage gear. My mage switch, if I put this away a second, is this. I have a blood scepter. I have a scepter, confliction gauntlets, and crystal shield. That's my mage switch. The reason that's fine is because these increase your accuracy by like an average of 25%, and I'm not joking. So you no longer need a ranged top switch at all. All you need is confliction gauntlets and a staff. Now, if you don't have them, it's fine. Like you can still bring a cult like you used to, that kind of thing. With the new gauntlets, it opens up another inventory slot for even more brew. I have a handful of like preset setups. We have it from worst to best. So like options that you can run for your own runs. The ratio of brew to restore really depends on how much you want to flick. You can afford to bring a ton of restore these days. Or if you're dying in the waves a lot and you want more brew, you can bring more brew. There's just a ton of options. You really don't need to flick very much to get through Inferno anymore with just how much restore you can pack yak. But you also can just like afford to face tank a bunch of damage and like spam brew a bunch through the waves. So up to you how you want to approach it, what the ratios are. Basic setup. And we have Dragon Hunter Wand here. Dragon Hunter Wand is excellent. It's 10% damage. So this is kind of a new, very good, like mid-level staff. This is a very good baseline weapon to bring. Better option is a Blood Ancient Scepter, Kodai, Nightmare Staff, anything that gives you 15% damage, or the overheal of Blood Ancient Scepter. Really, really nice. So the setups kind of go in order of like what's going to make it the easiest versus the hardest. Quick misconceptions. We'll get them out of the way. Ring? What ring do you run? Lightbearer. But what about... No other ring. Just Lightbearer, okay? But I don't have one. Okay, fine. Like, you can run something else if you don't have one. Fine. Lightbearer is so much better than every other option, and we're going to make that really obvious through the run, why you want a Lightbearer. This is the melee killer ring. This enables you to pipe spec more. When you use pipe specs on melees, they die. And you know what kills learners? Melees. So this will keep you alive. That's what this does. Besides that, load up the best darts you can. Dragon darts are amazing. This is the place to use them if you have them. If not, amethyst darts are okay. They're runnable. Anything worse is really, really going to hurt on healers, but bring the best darts you can. And then we just have a Bofa and a Barrow's Glaive switch. Obviously, Zerite Vam's better. Like a bunch of other items you can upgrade are good. Boots as well. I'm wearing Arania because it gives a small amount of range bonus, decent defense, and it also gives a tiny bit of mage bonus, which is okay. Pegs are good. Devouts are good. Echo boots are good. Best is treads. Always best is treads. If you happen to have treads sick, use them. Otherwise, the boots don't matter too much. Like, bring what you can. Rada's Blessing 2 is actually a really big deal as well. For that 2 prayer bonus, it does actually make a big difference. The big no-nos of Inferno. What should you not bring that people have told you to bring? SGS. Complete waste of time. SGS is going to waste more prayer than it's going to save you. It is not ever worth the slot to bring an SGS. We don't have super combat. We don't have melee switches. It's not worth the slot. Do not bring an SGS. It is a waste of a slot. Bando's chestplate for tanking. Unnecessary. Bring more brew. More brew means more heal, okay? Brew is infinitely more useful than a thing you put on that lets you tank. Speaking of tanking, Justy. Should you bring Justy? No. Put it back in the bank because you know what's more valuable than tanking damage? Healing that damage away. Bring brews. Don't bring tank stuff. Don't bring cheesy, weird. This is all you need. A lot of brew, a lot of restore, a couple range switches. You're good to go. That's all you need. The more you bring weird stuff, the harder it's going to be once you... Like, it's going to be harder to get through the waves, and you're going to have less supplies once you get to Zuk. So don't do that. All right. Okay. I think we're good now. Really commonly, I see people running Justy Helm over whatever helmet. Masori helmet, Crystal helmet. Honestly, just don't. This is a huge damage bonus, and so is Masori. Masori's even bigger. I would not run a Justy piece at all. Like, I wouldn't run helmet, nothing. Because damage is going to be so important once you get to triples and Zuk. You want to be able to gun things down immediately. Oh, a common question as well. Crystal Shield versus Ward. Should you run Ward? Ward has I think it's 28 less ranged defense. That is a very important stat to maximize because the majority of the damage you're going to be taking is range damage. So you want Crystal Shield, always. Nibblers have negative mage defense, so you don't need a lot of mage to hit them. You will almost always land your cast on them. You have like 95% accuracy in this setup, which is mostly ranged armor. So Ellie is a bit better if you have it. We're doing like a mid-level setup though. You probably don't. How do you use armor brews? And we'll talk about this in the waves a little more, but what are the armor brew? Because I see people like get confused. Like, are these brews? Do you just drink these for healing? No, they are your range bot. That's what they're for. They're for boosting ranged. That is their purpose. They just happen to give you health, okay? So through the run, when you're like, when do I use armor brew? Just think of it as a range pot. Don't bring a scobo! Please! Please don't bring a scobo. It's so stinky, it's so bad. Bofa is the bare minimum you can bring as a weapon. Bofa is very solid. You can get your cape with a Bofa. Anything less is not gonna be good enough. It's gonna be extremely difficult to get on a first cape. When you go in, you just wanna pre-pot Anglerfish. Divine Ranging is nice just to give you a little boost. And then you can pre-pot a stamina. It doesn't really matter because you're probably not gonna run out of energy. By the way, no stamina in the setup. Why? Ever since that run energy changes, you never, ever, ever need a stamina. It's a complete waste of a slot. So a quick pre-pot. Can also get a regen in there. Okay, that's our pre-pot. There we go. Let's run in. Really, really good idea is to bring 3 regens. These are regen pots. So prayer regens are worth the same as 2 restores in total prayer. They just give it to you slowly over time. So these are really, really strong. You don't want to go in here without those either. They give a massive amount of restore. So effectively, this is 6 restore in these 3 slots. And you can use about 3 in your first cape. It's about an hour and a half of prayer regen. That'll cover you. So 3 is it's a good starting amount to go with. Okay, when we go in, just drop a couple brews wherever. Doesn't really matter. And you're always, always, always going to start on this tile. And the other thing you're going to do is always, always, always try to kill nibblers early. So nibblers go and eat your pillars. That's bad. We want the pillars to live. When the waves are easy, very free to solve, like single NPCs, that kind of thing, we try to get the nibblers very hard. That plan will change later, okay? That plan will change later. But for now, the goal is always kill nibblers ASAP. Basically, anytime you can. You can always heal up damage later. You can't heal your pillars, so... The reason we use this start tile, I see people start on random tiles like over here, over here. This tile right here gives you the greatest line of sight on nibblers, right? Off spawn, you can always hit them from here. And it gives enemies the least line of sight on you, right? So always, always, always start right here. 1 tile out from pillar. It's always going to be the best option. Just stick with that. Don't ever change it. Just start there always. Okay, I've killed 2 bats. And I'll explain bats in a second. This is a 6 nibbler wave. Anytime you've killed 2 of the same monster, it'll be 6 nibblers. So you just run up here and kill them. Let's go back to our start. And we have first blob. I'll explain bats after the blob. It's a little cursed, but first thing we're going to do is get the nibs. Okay, we have our first blob. Blobs are going to be the bane of your existence as a learner. The reason for this is they're very, very weird. Okay, they attack you. They wait and stare at you for 3 ticks. Read what you're currently praying. And then 3 ticks later, launch the opposite of what you were praying. If you step out from pillar, it reads you instantly, and then 3 ticks later hurls the opposite. So you saw a prey ranged, it read me on ranged, and then it launched a mage attack. So one of the things you want to do is when you first get into Inferno is kind of just practice flicking them. Like just get kind of used to the cycle of praying their attacks. And one thing to get good at as well is to learn 1 tick alternate, which is going to be something we're going to do a ton later. The reason this is so important, just swapping your prayers every single game tick means you'll never ever get hit by a blob. This solves so many waves later on. Anytime you have a blob plus something else, if you do this, you're invincible to it. So you'll be full praying against whatever the mob is. Let's say it's a ranger. You'll be full praying against a ranger and this blob at the same time. So would highly recommend going in here and just practicing for a bit. Do you run metronome? All right. I'm throwing on attack timer metronome. So this shows you over your head what your attack cooldown is. Very, very helpful. Whenever a blob is killed, it's going to split into these 3 little fellas. So what you're going to do is just send them casts and then pick them off 1 by 1. Blood Barrage is really nice against those to get health back. It's going to be something we do a lot later on. So here I'm going to get the nibs, pray against that. Let's grab this with a Bofa. Okay, bats. What are bats? Bats have a 4-tile range, so your blowpipe is actually just barely further range than they are. And they attack every 3 game ticks. So they're the fastest attacking mob in the Inferno. They also, if they hit you off prayer, drain your run energy and your stats, your combat stats. So, Goal whenever a bat is attacking you is to kill it. If you're forced to tank a bat, always, 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 always will be the priority to kill that first, no matter what. I see a lot of people do this late waves. They kind of forget, oh, bats aren't so scary. I'll just ignore them. They're not a big deal. Bats should always be the priority if you are tanking them. They max 19. They hit really hard, and they're draining your stats, your run energy. They're bad. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. Pipe specs are great on bats as well. This is a prime location for your blob to be in because, first of all, this mage bloblet's stuck. He can't see me, so I just pray ranged and I don't take any damage. Other benefit of this spot is I can do a phantom, which you're not going to see because I'm overhealed here. But effectively, what a phantom barrage is, and this is extremely important. You want to learn this ASAP. It's very, very easy. Send a cast at it manually. Send another cast. So you're going to see I just cast at that ranger, but did you see how he died and I still casted him? So what that means is my blood barrage actually counted as if I cast at these two guys again. And the reason that's so important is because it gives you the full health it would have hit, right? So anytime you do that phantom barrage on a set of bloblets from this location, you're going to get about 40 full health back. So it is the fastest and most efficient way to get health back is whenever you have bloblets in that position. You can also do it from this side of pillar, and we'll show that at some point. But that's going to be the bread and butter to get health back. Okay, I'm willing to tank a little bit to get those nibblers dead. Took a mage blob. That's okay. Cool. I'll launch a pipe spec, get my health back. Nice. Hey, here's the other phantom spot, so we'll show that. Bats, you can avoid tanking if you step one corner out from pillar like this. So I'm just barely outside of his range. He can't hit me, which means I can flick the blob. Anytime you have a blob away from pillar, drag it up first, because this is going to put the bloblets in a much better position for you to heal off of, right? So you always, always, always want to do this. So we're going to see it's the exact same situation as before. Ranger's the only thing that can hit me. If you stand far away, the minimum range to do a phantom is 8 tiles. Just get to max range of your scepter and you're good. Stand far away. Send a cast. Send a cast. Exact same as before. See how it cast? So that gives you a total of like 40 health back. It's insane. It literally doubles your total healing. It's extremely, extremely good. All right. Let's just kill these, and I'm just going to do some alternating. So you can see it's 2 blobs. Ah, what do I do? I'm invincible to blobs while I alternate. Good thing to learn. All right, let's kill that. Always want to pray mage against bloblets. I wasn't doing it there very well. I always want to pray mage against bloblets. The mage bloblet hits you by far the hardest. It's about double the other bloblets. So you always, always, always want to pray mage against it. This is 6 nib. Let's get some health off it. Nice thing about 6 nib is it always is a free spot to get your health back. You can also phantom this if you need a ton of health. Phantom off 6 nibblers gives you 80 health. So always an option. All right, we have our first melee. And whenever we get to a melee in a teaching stream, we're going to sit here a moment. Melees are what kill you, okay? Melees are what kill you. So, melees. How do these work? They just punch you. They max 49, okay? They hit really, really, really hard. But they're very free to save spot and very easy to save spot. They have a different mechanic going on, which is that after 50 ticks of them spawning in on the wave, they dig. They dig to your current position. So these introduce time pressure. These introduce time pressure. So you need to usually kill melee first when possible, because you could have a wave solved, but the melee can still dig to you and it's not actually solved. First of all, monster's brain. A monster's brain is right here. This is why I marked this tile. You can mark this in NPC indicators. Southwest true tile. This tile is important because this dictates how the monster can get to you, right? So when I stand here, he's going to path all the way around. Why did he path all the way around instead of just save spawning? That's because the brain is trying to see me. Same thing over here. Southwest can't see me yet. It's pulling up. It's running around, trying to get up to me. But when I come here, the Southwest is directly in line with me. It's staring right at me, right? And it's trying to go forward. The melee can't go forward because he's stuck. He's too big, okay? So the thing that controls monster movement is this tile. It's extremely, extremely useful to know when you can save spot. So here, tile's still trying to go forward. Here, tile's still trying to go forward. If I step here, Now he can make it. Now he can make it. Because finally, all of this junk in his trunk gets around the corner. Same thing over here. Can't see me. Or it can see me, so it just tries to go forward. So the most common thing that you're going to do with a melee is kind of this with the pillar. Like, just know that this area here is usually going to be a safe spot. It's a safe spot from both sides, here and down here. This is what you're going to use probably the most. The other thing that's important with melees is this, which I did earlier. This is a corner trap. So right now, the southwest tile is not in line with me. Why is he stopping? The reason it's stopping is because monsters always must move east or west to get to you before north or south. So because he desperately wants to go east right now, east on my compass, instead of north, he refuses to go north. He wants to go east. He'll just get stuck, okay? So this is a thing that you can abuse a lot in situations where you normally couldn't safe spot. Because right now, normally behind North Pillar, he'd be attacking me. But you can do a corner trap. So this works from any edge of pillar. We can do it over here. Right here, same thing. Same thing on this side, both sides of pillar like this, and both sides of the other side of pillar as well. You can do it here. He gets stuck. So those are your corner traps. These lines of the pillar, basically, these rails are where you're going to be able to corner trap. So as long as the corner of him's touching you, he can't attack you. He gets stuck. All right, so those are the ways you deal with a melee. Other option, if all of that fails, you can't do any of that. If you tank a melee, his dig timer resets. So another full 50 game ticks before he can dig. If you're in a situation where you can't do any of that and you're worried about time pressure, you can run up and tank a melee hit, and it's going to give you more time to do stuff. If all of that fails, everything, no more options, Gnomonkey, nothing works. And usually, almost always something works, but I can't do anything. Nothing works. What do I do? Deadeye or Rigger if you have it. I'm using Deadeye for this run. Deadeye on. Spec. They hit for double damage, double accuracy. Melees are very tanky, so blowpipe specs are super, super good on them. It punches right through that defense, unlike the first shot. Unlucky. And it also heals up any damage that you just tanked against a melee, right? So this is why we wear the Light Bearer. When all else fails, the Light Bearer is there to clutch up and save your ass. That's what its purpose is. But you usually can tank through it as long as you send pipe specs at it. Keep in mind the melee is fairly inaccurate. Even with our not great melee defense, they usually don't hit through defense very often. They usually have about a 30% accuracy rate. So you usually can tank a couple hits before it's actually going to hit you. All right, let's do one of our corner traps. Let's let him down. I would highly recommend when you get to your first melee, mess around with the safe spots a little bit, because it's going to help you so much later on to know that you can safely go here, have him be corner trapped, have him be safe spotted. A lot of people forget this side of pillar is safe and they'll never ever touch it. Sometimes this side of pillar is really helpful. So just like mess around, let him dig around, figure out what's safe, what's not safe. Oh, he's coming around. What can I do? I can corner trap. Learn what you can get away with, because you don't want to try learning in the moment later on when you don't have time to think. So do it early. Do it early. There's a lot of different stuff you can do with melees to get away with hiding from them. All right, we're always going to get nibblers. From this tile behind pillar, you can actually reach that nibbler, which is going to be super important later. Let's kill the bat. He's on me. This bat is safe spotted. Let's kill him. If you have dragon darts in your pipe, it's actually basically always better than Bofa, except on triples and Zuk. So blowpipe is something you kind of just want to main hand unless you need the range or something. If you have amethyst darts in, Bofa's going to be better on things like the melee, and I believe the mage as well. So things that are tanky, Bofa suddenly overtakes on. But dragon darts are good enough that it basically wins on everything. So you can just spam it at everything. Okay, so I have a lot of options for approaching this. This is already solved. Let's try this. So this is an option you have later. Letting this melee down and killing him is a tool you're going to use later. Because the melee provides time pressure, knowing that you can pull him down the side just by stepping out, corner trap, and then kill it, it's going to be really important later when that time pressure is a problem. Okay, get in the habit of doing this as well. Just do, even if you don't need health, do a phantom every single time. There's no reason not to. Okay, that should probably kill the mage. Or kill the ranger. All right. We'll go up and kill the mage. Cool. Okay. We have a melee here. I can actually do this. So knowing that just that is such a thing that nobody knows. Like, oh, I can just like escape the melee by just going over here. Thing that people miss. So always kill the melee first. It's your time pressure. Okay, and we'll just do a corner trap. Cool. Let's kill the blob. Let's phantom the blob. I'm going for this. Even though there's like a lot of potential damage coming, I can heal up damage. I just can't heal pillars. Okay, this melee's going to come around because the southwest tile's here, right? So, why didn't we let him do that and do the same thing as last time? When a bat's on us, that's always the first thing we kill. And Deadeye's good. Anytime you're tanking something, you want it on. Okay, now we have the wave salt. Let him up. Ouch! Oh, sweet. We can show a good phantom. Okay. All right. So I'm 65 health, right? Let's see how much we get back from this. $30 health. Watch the health. What? I think I splashed on both of them. Okay, well, maybe the next one will be a bit better. That's like the most horrendous healing I think I've ever seen. Unlucky. Hey, it happens. It's not guaranteed. Okay, I can safely go run, get this, and come back. Because you can come out from pillar a bit. I'm kind of down to flick this and go down to the melee here. And just let those blobs pull up. Okay, this is a good moment to show how to do lazy flicking on a melee. So what you want to start doing is learning the timing of your prayers when you are doing Inferno. So the melees attack every 4 game ticks. Almost everything in the Inferno attacks every 4 game ticks. So if you can get used to this flick cycle, it's going to save you, not only save you so much prayer, but it's also going to teach you the attack speed of the mob and potentially allow you to off-tick later. So this is teaching you how to off-tick kind of indirectly and saving prayer. So it's really, really helpful to learn. We know we can go here. Oops. And just flick the blob. I could have also stayed behind pillar, kept flicking, killed it. That's fine too. Both equally good. Just showing options. Okay, I think the mage is going to be able to hit me in this configuration, which is okay. I'm still going to go back here. Yeah. I'm going to, like, equip my scepter. Yeah. Phantom! Okay, that's a bit better. Yeah, that's a bit better. That's a bit better. Not bad. It usually gives you, like, 10 to 20 health off that extra cast, so... Always pre-ranged. One thing you want to look out for when you're killing bloblets as well is when you kill that ranger, make sure you pray mage. Because a lot of people I see just like brain off, just like praying ranged. This guy hits you very, very accurately, and he maxes 18. So a lot of times at the end of the wave, this will be the last thing that hits you, and it'll chunk you down to 70 health instead of 90. And that reduces your odds of surviving a very hard wave like 63, like tremendously. So don't let a freaking mage bloblet kill your run. Just watch for when you kill the ranged bloblet and swap prayers. Very dumb way to lose a run. Very, very dumb way. This is just double melee. Cool. And we can just go here. They're both safe spotted. All right, we have killed double melee. This will be a 6 nib. What you can do is take some armor pieces off before this wave starts. Nothing can hit you. Just try to kill it more quickly. The faster you kill this, the less damage your pillars are going to take. That will matter later. Always kill stuff that's on your pillar first as well. Just, like, don't let things take damage if possible. Pillars are pretty healthy so far, so. All right, we've got our first ranger. Ranger is the only guy in Inferno that doesn't have a mechanic. He just hits hard. He maxes 46 and is really, really accurate. Useful things to know about rangers. Rangers are really low mage, so you can actually heal off them like a med kit. So in a lot of cases, that's helpful. Good healing target. Not as good as bloblets, but pretty solid. Pretty solid. So in a pinch, you can heal off of them. Oh, let me swap my GPU. I always forget about that. It's going to make the mage flicker weird. There we go. Also really important to learn lazy flick timing. Everything in Inferno has attacked you once their animation starts. So it's like right before the animation starts, prayer on. Prayer on. So he like fully stands up, prayer on. So if you can learn this for the mobs, it's going to make it so much easier to understand when exactly they're attacking you later and save prayer. And then you get a little cheeky, you throw on the offensive. Maybe don't do this, but I can do this. That's the idea. Get really good at lazy flicking. It's called lazy flicking, but I would argue it's more important than any other type of flicking. It's the most important type of flicking to learn. I've been starting a lot of waves out of habit with Mystic Vigor on. You don't need to do that. If this increases your accuracy on nibblers by like 0.3%, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If you have Augury, that can give you defense at the start of wave, which you might want to start using like in the 50s. You don't need to start with any prayer on. So it's not necessary. Okay. You can also, did you see right there? I actually did a phantom on this nibbler. This is a thing I never see people do. You can phantom nibblers. What? So maybe you need a pinch extra health at the start of wave. Boom, free health. Maybe you don't know which one you just killed. Queue up an attack like it instantly casts. I cast it at its corpse and it killed them all. No one ever does that. It's very, very good to learn. A lot of times you'll have two nibblers split and you cast a phantom at the middle one. You'll hit them both, even though they're split. It's so good. It's so good. You can phantom everything. The obvious thing that everyone thinks of when you say phantom is bloblets. I can phantom this bad if I need to. If you need health, do a phantom on everything. It's the bread and butter. It's the bread and butter. It always works. It's always there for you. Don't forget about phantoms. Okay. We have a blob over here and a ranger here. I could easily rotate this way, have just the ranger, then kill the blob. That's the easy way to do this. Let's show alternating, though. So what do you do if you can't do that? There's actually a way to deal with both of these at once. Wait for the ranger to attack you and swap your prayers every single game tick. And you take no damage. So one more time, just to show it. Go up to ranger, animation starts, swap prayers. And you dodge all of the damage. The reason this matters is there's going to guaranteed in your run be a time where that will matter. Eventually, a blob will be hitting you and something else will be hitting you. So that's why you want to do this early. I see a lot of people go, ooh, that looks scary. Avoid learning it as much as possible. Then you get to wave 58 and you're forced to do that and you go, shit, I didn't learn that. And then you die. Don't die on 58 because you refuse to learn something early. That's not very difficult. Put yourself out there in dangerous situations early because it's easy to heal health back. It's easy to learn stuff. Learn actively. And then when you get to those late waves, you're going to live. It's huge. I took a blob hit. How do I get that health back? I have an idea. Watch the health, and 93. One more for the road. 99. Gorgeous. Okay, I'm gonna get those. Wait for them to stack up. I'll tank a blob hit. I don't care. Yep, because I got pipe specs. I got ways of healing. Don't care. I do not want pillars to take damage this early when it's so easy to just get your health back. As long as it is safe to get nibblers, you can tank a hit or two. As long as it's safe to go get the nibblers, you should go get the nibblers. Don't ingrain this too hard because that will change. I promise you, you will stop doing that. So don't just do that for every wave. Waves 1 through 50, though, if you can, go get the nibblers. and try to determine if you realistically can get them. I see a lot of people go, wave 46. Yeah, I could go get that. Tank like a melee or range hit. Like, that is not going to work either, okay? Be realistic. Like, what can you survive? If you can survive, go grab them. If not, don't do it. It's fine. It's fine to leave nibblers on there for a second if you need to. There's actually a cheeky little phantom you can do here. Let's see if I could get it. If the blob is pulled all the way down on the corner, you could step into pillar. When you see the bloblets appear, step back down. You'll actually get just the mage on you. And you can do a phantom this way. Kind of cheeky. It's a little awkward if you miss the timing, you don't get to do it, but you can take advantage of that as well. Normally, you can't ever phantom on that side of pillar, so. I will get that. Pray mage when I go behind pillar. I can actually reach that from there. You can see the line of sight is just ridiculous from that tile. It's so, so good. We have a nice little setup here with the blob in the back. I am going to take advantage. So I flick to range and then flick mage to kill him. I'm going to kill the blob first because I can actually pray against the ranger and the range bloblet and just cast at all of this for free. If you needed like a lot of health, this is a good way to get a bunch of health back quickly. Alternate. Oops. I missed a flick. Do I need health? Oh, I sure do. Let's see it. Let's get it back. Oh my goodness. Squidward! Okay, that's pretty good. I think I would have healed to like 130 there or something. That was pretty decent. Pretty decent. Okay, nice. I'll try to do as much lazy flicking as possible as we go to like kind of show what's going on. Okay, I flicked that first blob off spawn. Let's just kill the ranger. While alternating. Very common setup. So the way you get into it, a lot of people are like, oh, I can only one-tick alternate when it's a pillar stack. The blob could be in Timbuktu, and the ranger could be in Timbuktu. As long as you're alternating, you don't take damage. Okay, I might get hit by that. Let's pray it. Okay. Let's see if I can get my free phantom here. Wait for the bloblets. Step down. Cool. And just flick the blob while we do this. Oops. Nice and humble 20. Blob max is 29, I think. So, that's unfortunate. That's okay. We've got another phantom target right here. Really common mistake I see people make is when they mage, for like half the waves, they won't put the shield on because the shield has negative mage. Negative mage doesn't matter on nibblers at all, so we don't care about that. I'm willing to tank a melee to go get this. Odds are it hits a 0, and I'm just going to kill it, go right back behind pillar. A lot of people get in the habit of not putting their crystal shield on, and then they don't equip it the entire run. Just anytime you go maging, put your crystal shield on. Unless it's like on bloblets or something, you do some takeoffs, like that kind of thing. When you start a wave, you should be in mage gear with the shield on, no matter what. Never, ever, ever start maging without the shield on. It's not worth it. The problem is in the 50s, when you really, really need that crystal shield, you're potentially taking a range hit off spawn, and people don't have their shield on that gives 80 range defense. It's actually crazy. Like, this thing needs a nerf. That's how OP it is. They just don't put that on, and then they die. I'm totally willing to get that nibbler. Should be able to cast at this from behind pillar. Perfect. Okay, a lot of ways to do this. I'm going to just flick the melee because he can dig. And I can actually come down here now and just corner trap flick the ranger. Cool, perfect. Don't need health. Let's kill everything. When does the brew despawn? It lasts forever. Until you forget about it and log out, or you DC. Then your brew will be gone. So pick it up when you can, but I try to leave a couple slots open just so I can unequip items. Okay, common mistake you'll see, and I'm going to do this on purpose. Oh, it actually didn't matter. When you stand right of pillar, you saw how that melee was coming up. If the melee got stuck on one of these bats, he would actually come down the side of the pillar. But if you stand in the middle, they step over one tile, and it actually would give him room to come in. I'll try to show that better on another wave, because I thought that would happen there, but it didn't actually end up happening. I'm going to stand on this tile and Bofa, and the reason for that is when the melee digs, he's in an instant corner trap. So this is the bat safe spot tile. The bat safe spot doubles as a melee corner trap tile. So it's dual purpose. Really good to stand on this tile when you can, when a melee is going to dig, because then he won't. You'll be fine. Once again, gotta alternate. So run up to the ranger, he hunkers down, start alternating. I took one mage hit, totally fine. I should kill a ranger before the melee's ever a problem. If he does dig, what I'm gonna do, and this is the thing you wanna keep in mind, anytime you're doing a solve, don't stop thinking just because you're clicking something. Remember that there's a melee. What am I gonna do if he digs? Well, let me think. I can probably just go back behind pillar, and then go left at pillar maybe, or go back behind pillar, something like that. So I would do like this. And then we'll just melee flick him. And then if I had to get around, I could still do that. I could still go here and then back around pillar, and he'd be safe spotted. Right? So just always have a plan for what you're going to do with the melee. You never know when your weapons are going to give up on you. It happens. Maybe it takes you triple the time to kill that ranger of what you expect. It happens. Have a plan for what you're going to do if that happens. Because if you don't have a plan, you're going to die. Always, always, always have a plan for what you're going to do when the melee digs. I'm not full health. Let's get full health. There is no reason to start a wave without full health. Ever. So always, always, always try to get full health off something if you can. Bloblets are actually 4 ticks. You can flick these the same way as well. Just like that. Now be careful. I wanted to get those nibblers, but that ranger could actually see me. Really common way to get hit is the ranger sees you there. Bat is on me. I'm going to put Deadeye on, kill him. Probably should have just specced him. And let's try to get this nibbler. Blood Barrage, get free health. Okay. Cool, good. Always want to be careful when you go for the nibs, like going down to this tile. Stuff like in this general vicinity can see you. I see a lot of people take mage hits on accident, so avoid that. Avoid that. All right, we're just going to alternate. Ranger hunker down, start alternating. Let me explain how to keep this really quick. A lot of people struggle with, like, keeping a 1-tick alternate. The way I do it is basically just try to keep both prayers lit up at all times. As soon as the last prayer unlights, right? So, see the light goes out? That's when the next tick starts. So as long as you click, as soon as that goes dark, and your goal is like to keep them both lit up at the same time, you're not going to lose timing. So you can just go off the timing in your prayer book to keep timing. Hunker, alternate. Go back here. 30 damage. It's 45 total to kill, so the mage is probably alive. He sure is. If you do that, you can Jenga, then deal with the mage by himself. Try not to take damage you don't have to. Like, once a wave is solved, don't just, like, stop braining, like, take dumb hits. Like I said, there's no reason to start the next wave without 99. If you start the next wave without 99, you probably misplayed pretty hard. So, no reason to misplay once a wave is already solved. All right. Generally, this is a pretty hard wave. I can actually bow for this from here, and I'm going to. Oh, you see that? He was going to come down. Ah, never mind, buddy. I can shoot you from the middle of pillar 2. And you can actually cast at these bloblets as well from here, because you have 10 tile range with spells. And I can also shoot it with a bofa. All right, there we go. And if I step here before the melee digs, because I happen to kill that pretty quickly, when he does dig, I'm just going to corner trap. Like this. Easy. That solve is going to be really, really helpful later. Anytime you have something that spawns like here, in this general area, step to this corner is going to drag it a little closer to you, and you can reach it with a 10-tile weapon. So that's always, always, always going to be helpful. A lot of people forget they can do that. This is a tough wave. We have a double blob. Very common wave to die on. I am willing to get that nibbler. Let's see how hard this hits me. Very low. Let's go. One more time. So that's the thing you want to keep in mind. If both those blobs just hit me to 50 health, I would not have just done that, right? But I saw that, like, okay, I took no damage. Should still be safe to go out one more time. Go hit the nib. Cool. Leave that nib. If you got hit to 50, kill the melee and then go get it, okay? Like, don't just fly out there for no reason. Think about what you're doing. A little bit of hesitation can save your run. Okay, 2 blobs. Oh, this is going to change everything. Now, instead of 1-tick alternating, I'm going to 1-tick alternate. What will I do? Oh, it's just over. I think I just exit. Just go back behind pillar, pray mage. Cool. If you take damage on that, it's fine, because you're going to phantom off this. It doesn't matter, so don't worry about it. As long as you have a blob to heal up off of, you're fine to take some damage. Oh my god, I just realized I'm not 99. Let's show the accuracy in full ranged armor with gauntlets. So even the shield on. So I'm going to splash this very likely. But now, I'm going to splash again. The gauntlets passive, what it does is it makes it so if you've splashed, it double rolls the next thing like a fang. So it increases your accuracy by so much on average that it's about equal to having a mage robe top. That was crazy unlucky, by the way. What the? So basically, if you throw this in a calc, it'll be almost exactly the same accuracy as if you brought in a cult and like a Virtus top. Just having the gauntlets. So that's why we don't need that. Okay, this is double melee. Very easy. Hey, this looks familiar. There's a guy up there. Hey! Okay, there we go. You can see the melee comes down. This is what happens if you don't stand in the middle of pillar. It's fine in this case because it's just double melee, whatever. When these dig, what am I going to do? I don't know. Stop panicking. Chill. Like, just click here. You've done this a million times. Like, people's brain shuts down when, like, a melee is going to dig. Like, just be proactive. Be thinking about what you need to do next. That's a chin. That is a chin. Heal off that. Or don't. We've done this a million times in the first run. You should have done this a million times before it matters. On these waves, it doesn't matter, but it will matter later. And if you haven't done it by then, problem. A lot of people there would do this. Pray melee. Like, not do the typical safe spot you can just do. And then they never learn that they can safe spot things. Learn that you can safe spot things. It's important. Double ranger. We will get this nibbler. I splashed. Okay, just run up and get him with pipe. Pipe is good DPS on nibblers. Pipe is good DPS on everything. Let's let these come closer. All right, so after this, because we have 2 of the same mob, it's going to be 6 nib. And then it's going to be the first mage. And mages are very, very scary. Because they max 70 and they don't miss. So we will learn how to deal with them. They're not too bad. From now on in the run, you are never going to start waves with range. You're going to start waves with mage. Get this guy. He's going to pillar. Don't touch my pillar. All right, let's let him pull up. This is our good friend, the magician. He also kills people, but mainly because they get scared of other stuff and stop praying mage. As long as you can't pray mage, you're good. Okay, this guy's thing is he just murders you. He murks you. He hits 70. Extremely accurate. He does roughly double the average damage of a range hit. Okay, so he's very, very, very dangerous. His other effect that he has is anything that you've... And there's nothing in this wave. But if anything that you have killed besides him in the wave, he has a roughly 10% chance to choose to respawn them instead. Okay? And he'll respawn things one time with half of their original health. So if I killed a bat here, he would respawn it with 13 health instead of 25. This could be a problem if you respawn something like a ranger later. For now, it's not really a big deal. Typically, if there's no melee you have to kill in a wave, you want to kill the mage first. Other thing that's really important to learn is how to lazy flick the mage. And people get so scared of the mages because they hit so hard. They hit so hard, and it could be all over if you screwed up. And calm down. This is your first time to the first mage. You're gonna die anyways. Relax. It's fine. Use it as a learning moment, okay? Learn to lazy flick immediately! Immediately learn! Immediately learn to lazy flick. Not only is this saving prayer, okay? This is giving you a foundation for when the mage is attacking you. And that's so important. Because when the mage is attacking you, you can then pray other things in the meantime. Crazy, I know, I know. So learn to lazy flick the mages. I see a lot of people avoiding doing that when we have all these newfangled prayer regens, all these things that give us prayer. You don't necessarily have to, but you should. You should because it's going to make it easier later on. And blowpipe is better, so we will blowpipe. Okay. Phantom that? Now they're both dead. Nice. Okay, bats behind the mage. I can reach the mage. Let's kill the mage. Anytime that you have an option of killing the mage first, kill the mage first. There should be nothing else that you're killing before a mage if it's an option. I see a lot of people go like, oh, I'll kill the bat here. Like, dude? Why? Don't just kill random things. Priorities are always melees because they give you time pressure, and then the mage because it respawns things. Those should be the priorities. Also, bats, if they're attacking you, are an extremely high priority. I explained that already here. All right, we go to bat safe spot. Chilling. I think Amethyst Pipe is worse than Bofa on mages and melees. So this is specifically a Dragon Dart thing. So if you had not Dragon Darts, you would just Bofa. Doesn't really matter. Bofa is very, very close to Pipe, so. Anytime your mage is right here, Chef's Kiss spawn. Chef's Kiss spawn. This is the best possible place for a mage to spawn. It makes life so much easier when you can just get to him and kill him ASAP. So that's always what you're looking for in a free spawn. Can you learn Inferno without a blowpipe? No. The main reason you can't is because blowpipe is so important on the healers on Zuk. If you tag them all with Bofa, Zuk is going to take you an extra like 15 shots, which is a big deal. Show a melee frog. Okay. I could heal off this blob, I guess. Most things in the Inferno can melee you. The bat actually can't, but almost everything else can. Blobs can melee you. Rangers can melee you. Melees can melee you. And mages can melee you. It's crazy that the melees can melee you. That is wild. The melees on blobs are scary. You don't want to get meleeed by a blob. The melees on mages are very, very, very scary. It's not quite as bad as its mage hit. I think it maxes 54. That's what I want to say. And it's less accurate than a mage hit, but it messes you up. So don't let a mage melee you either. Rangers, however, their punch, they forgot to make that, like, have some oomph. They forgot to give him the juice. He has a very low attack and strength level, which means he only maxes 19. So the ranger punch is the same as tanking a bloblet. So you can totally do that in a pinch. Don't ever be afraid of ranger punches. They're not a big deal. Everything else is kind of scary, though. 52 max on the mage? Okay, there you go. Yeah, you don't want to tank mages. Wow, double good spawn. Let's get the nibs. Go back here, pray range for a second. Okay, here's a melee. Tank test. Come on, get a real hit. Come on. Come on now. This guy's weak. That's absurd. Okay, never mind. You can tank mages. I take it all back. That's wild. All right, never mind. That's actually crazy. They have like an 80 to 90% accuracy or something. Okay. I guess we're simulating the luck of like a first cape run, right? That'll happen to you if you accidentally tank one. It'll hit a 0. Okay, flick the blob. Get the nibblers. That bat's going to come down the side, so I'm going to wait for him and then deal with him. Bats are a good target of blowpipe specs. It makes them go away. We don't like bats. I see a lot of learners just hang out, kissing bats on the lips. Don't kiss a bat on the lips. You'll get diseases. Kill them. Deadeye on, rigor on, specs. Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. A really common thing with your specs, a lot of people treat specs as just like another healing resource. It's kind of like a phantom. It gives you health. That is not what a spec is for. Primarily, it's not what it's for. The reason you use a spec is to kill something. It's to kill things instantly. Anytime you're tanking damage, that's a good time to use pipe specs. You shouldn't just be using it to heal up. You should be using it to avoid tanking damage, because they do so much damage. A lot of people underestimate the pipe spec, but it's a huge amount of DPS. I don't want to kill this here because it'll make me take damage. Let's kill this bat. If I kill it here, the bloblets are going to come around. I don't want to deal with that. Always kill the blob up here, if you can. Always going to phantom. I don't need health, so we can ice barrage, sure. They're all dead, see ya. Okay, come down here, get the nibbler. This is a very common move. A lot of people don't learn how to get nibblers. Very, very important to figure out. Okay, now, there's no reason to kill the bats here. What is that going to accomplish? Well, it lets me blowpipe the mage, but I don't care about that much. What you want to do here, step onto the bat safe spot, mage flicker, start alternating. You need to be range potted for pipe to be better than Bofa. Really? Oh, okay. So Bofa's better unless you're range potted. Interesting. Good to know. Well, we're range potted most of the time, or at least on the waves that matter. So interesting. Does autocast have a delay? Autocast does not have a delay, but if you don't manually cast the spell at the corpse, it won't go through. So it has to be a manual cast at the corpse. Okay, now we'll kill the bats. Oops. All right. Always pull the blob up to the pillar. You'll take damage for no reason otherwise. The bloblets will go willy-nilly on your Jalzilly. Not where you want them. They're all dead. Okay. Okay. Let's just hit the mage. Flicker, alternate. Again, we have a blob in a weird spot. We have a mage in a weird spot. But I don't want to kill the blob first because it's just going to get respawned next to me. And I'm going to have to do this anyways. Just kill the mage. Just kill the mage. A really common thing I see people ask is, should you do 2-tick alternating in your first cape? Like, do you need to learn 2-tick alternate? 2-tick alternate is extremely useful when you speedrun. When you are doing normal runs, it adds confusion. Like, you do not need to. 2-ticking is much more difficult to set up because you actually, you can't just do it always. You have to get the blob on the correct tick. So it's a lot harder to set up. So there's a potential you do it wrong and you just tank a bunch of blob hits. 1-tick alternate works always. So 2-tick alternate is a good thing to learn when you start speedrunning. You need to be able to move around, do stuff while alternating. You are not going to need to do that on a first cape. So just learn 1-tick alternate. Leave the 2-tick for later. 2-tick when you start speedrunning, hell yeah. Super good. Okay, normally, priorities, right? Your priority is normally going to be the melee. Because it's just a melee, I can deal with it. Like, I can kill the mage first, that's fine. Normally, if you have time pressure and the melee is going to be a problem, kill the melee before the mage. It's totally fine to re-kill a respawn melee versus it killing you. What am I going to do when he digs? What am I going to do when he digs? Probably corner trap right here. What do I do? I'm not hitting. 0, 0, 0, 0. It's over, boys. It's over. As soon as this melee digs, we're dead. Or just, like, deal with it, bro. I am down to pot in Armadyl. Armadyl is a ranged pot, okay? That's what it is. But it overheals us. So we're getting to some scarier waves. I'm down to send the first dose just to get us boosted and make this a little easier. So let's hit one of these. I am going to waste a restore here. Ideally, sip the Armadyl when you're lower restore, because you have to restore back up to start raging again. We'll waste it. It's fine. In this case, I have lots of restore. Tank a melee, get in position. Take out the bat. Double pipe spec. Kill the bat. Kill the melee. And we're chilling. Little hairy, right? Not an obvious instant solution. It's okay to tank once. Get the melee in position. Take him out. Okay. A lot of people get hit a big number. They freak out. Don't freak out. It's okay to go left. Yeah, you could go tank all the bats and get the melee safe spotted here. You could do that. That is an option. Let's see if I can heal off this mage. Let's find out. That's looking like a no. It was worth a shot. They were stacked up, so I was willing to try that, but... Mage flicker, alternate. What do I do with the melee digs? I'm alternating, I can't think. Oh, jeez. The same thing you've done the past 10 waves, bro. The same thing. By the way, you can do this in a pinch. Sometimes this is useful. You'll have a corner trapped here. You can actually rotate and he'll stay stuck. Didn't matter for me there, but just a thing you can do. Good to know all the tools you have available. You have a shit ton of tools in the Inferno. You have, like, unlimited options. That's why the skill ceiling is so high on Inferno. Like, there's so many different ways to approach things. 48 is coming up soon. 48 is the first scary wave, I would say. So if you make it past 48, you're chilling. Let's get that. I'm willing to tank. Come back here. I'm tanking something, so Deadeye goes on. Specs come out. And we're good. Now, I could actually easily flip the melee back and forth, like, between these two safe spots and kill the mage first. It's fine. Just kill him. No biggie. Why is the attack timer wrong? Did I fix it? There we go. That was weird. Sometimes attack timer messes up. It's kind of crazy. He hasn't respawned yet. We'll get some flicking in there just to speed things up when I'm not chatting. Not full health. Let's get it. Oh, but this one is. So that blob will be able to see me in a second. I'm going to go here. I need to let that blob come in, so I'm stepping middle of pillar. Now we get the nibbler. I can heal off it too. Why not? Or not, you know, whatever. Okay, when melee digs, what am I going to do? I'm gonna rotate up to the blob. I just come here and I'll be fine. We'll stay here for now. Always a question you should be asking. When there's a melee on the field, you need to be asking yourself, what am I going to do? Let's kill the melee first. He's the priority. And I prayed mage there as the last flick, so we're good. I'm going to let you over. That's actually going to make the bloblets a little better. When the blob is sticking way out over the pillar, the bloblets aren't in quite as good of a position to heal off of, so something to keep in mind. Let that melee back in. Now I've got a weird trick here. I can go here and actually heal off the two of these. Be a little creative. You never know. You might see something that's like, oh, that's a little better. Take advantage of stuff. Coming back to prey range once for that blob hit. Okay, I'm willing to get that. Still willing to, because I haven't taken damage. I'm going to go here. And here. What do I do when it digs? Deadeye on, because this is genuinely kind of tough. We're going to come here. alternate. And we're good. But sometimes you got to be quick on the thought process with the melee because you don't know exactly when he's going to dig. You've been kind of messing around for a while. Be quick on the solves. Sometimes it will save your life. All right, we're good. All right. Wave 48 is the first hard wave. And that wasn't a free spawn. So sick. We lived. 49 is very easy because it's just going to be a double melee. So that's no biggie. And then after that, the plan is going to kind of change. That's going to be wave 50. Wave 50 is when Ranger Mage starts spawning. And the reason the plan changes is because there's no guarantee you won't tank a Ranger off spawn. That's a lot of potential damage right off spawn. So we got to play a little bit more defensively at that point. What am I going to do when they dig? I'm going to go right here. So you can just kill the mage first in this case. Well, we've got 2 melees on the screen. Common question I see. Should you go for a freeze on melees? The answer is no. In the time it takes you on average to freeze them, and by the way, I can just do this like we did earlier. In the average time it takes you to freeze them, which is 3 casts, I think, on average, before you land a freeze. That's just average. Who knows if you get unlucky. In that time, you could have just sent pipe specs and killed it already. So killing it is almost always going to be the better option than freeze. I can rotate, wait a melee. Aha, mage. Did you see I just rotated the pillar and prayed as I did that? That's a thing you want to take advantage of as well. Things only hit you once you fully round the corner, so you can always safely round the pillar. So that's what I did there. Can melees dig while frozen? They can. They can. They'll be frozen when they come back up, assuming they're still frozen, but... Ranger on us. Get away. Okay, I'm going to chill here a second. Come back, pray ranged. I took damage. Let's blood barrage that nibbler. Kind of unfortunate when a nibbler's on your pillar. They're actually just barely too close for you to phantom them. So you can't actually phantom them there, unfortunately, because they're 7 tiles away. So the big thing for wave 50 plus is, how do I isolate the mage? How do I do that? How do I get the mage by himself? That should be your first thought process. If it's not possible, how can I make it possible? What do I need to kill to make that happen? Now, we haven't seen it yet because both times they've gone to North Pillar, but what do you do when those nibblers go to your South or West Pillar? Should you run out and chase them after wave 50? When there's a ranger with a machine gun waiting to gun you down in the streets? No. All nibblers from now on, unless it goes to your North Pillar, are getting 1 cast! Unless it's like frozen and it's convenient to get it or something. Like they're still here and you can still cast. They get 1 cast! That's the rule of thumb. 1 cast, then solve the wave, no matter what. If they're on your North Pillar, you've got to get rid of them. If they're on West or South, who cares? Leave it. Leave it. Don't die chasing a nibbler to your 242 health South Pillar, bro. Don't. My beach ball! Pop the beach ball. It's not rolling in the street. Who cares? You can buy another one. It's cheaper than the hospital bill of getting run over by a bus. Not worth it. One of these things you can do when you get to later waves is pray a defensive prayer. So in this case, I have 2 prayers that don't give me full defense. I could pray piety because we don't care. Oh, look at that phantom just giving me all my health back. I don't care about my accuracy on the nibblers because I'm almost guaranteed to hit them anyways. And so you can just pray a defensive prayer and then solve the wave accordingly. So you potentially could tank a range hit off the spawn. Here I'm just alternating the mage. By far the easiest way to deal with this. When that blob pulls up, I'm going to get a free phantom and I'll get to full health. I can maybe send 1 pipe spec at the ranger too just to make sure we're good. I'll probably have 100 by the next wave. Ideally, having your gun loaded, which is like full pipe specs, is going to be really good for these waves. Because in the case, especially when the melee is up, having the gun loaded to just cap the melee instantly is going to save runs. If you do not have pipe specs and the melee pulls up on you and is swinging, it's going to suck. Up to mage, alternate. So I needed him to get a little bit closer first. A little bit of a tricky wave. A little bit tricky. I could see that screwing someone up. But I've got to isolate the mage. How do I do that? In that case, it was wait. A lot of people in that moment, their instinct would be, kill the blob! Kill him! What happens when you kill the blob? He's going to respawn and you'll kill him again. Like, that's not even working you towards a solve in the wave. Usually killing a blob early doesn't do anything. A lot of people there would gun the blob down. What would happen after you kill that blob? Oh, you'd get hit a bunch by bloblets? Oh, that sucks. Okay, then what would happen? It would respawn. Oh, okay. So basically, you've just generated damage for yourself instead of solving the wave. Good job. In that case, it was better to do nothing than to do something. Okay, we'll kill this because I can't phantom off of it. Go right up to a blob. Like this to keep them all clumped together. Nice. Full health off that. They didn't hit me. Beautiful. If I had to heal up, I'd heal off the bat or the ranger. I can phantom this. Okay. I can't really get the mage by itself yet. Now I can. So I just had to drag him up. There's a nibbler pointing at South Pillar. Who's gonna go get it? Leave it alone, dude. Chill, bro. We're busy right now. We're busy. We're busy. We're busy. It has 242 health, man. And are you gonna run there anyways? No. No. Useless pillar. Let it die. Who cares? Scary wave. This is double blob. This ranger can see me. Remember that. I'm just gonna camp range for that reason. And alternate. Do you see how much I've alternated? I've alternated, what, 3 waves in a row? And we're only on 56. This is why you need to learn it. If you don't know how to alternate on this wave... GG's. GG's. You are so screwed. Or the wave before that. Or the wave before that. Learn to alternate. Why am I killing this one first? Because it's going to be easier to heal off those guys if in a pinch. So you want to keep that in mind, like, just because the wave's over, there's still, like, an optimal kill order. What if I took damage off those bloblets, right? You're going to take damage off something. Now I could go heal it back up if I need to. All right. Now it gets a little easier for a little bit. 57's a little breath of fresh air. Oh, that's a much simpler looking wave, isn't it? Let's tank 1 ranger hit or not have to get that nib. Just because I'm full health, I'm fine. This is a case where it was safe, right? This is a very simple wave. Nothing really dangerous going on. I can get that nib in this case. That's fine. Or at least send it 1 cast. Give it a shot. Normally don't chase. What's my priority? Melee and then the mage, right? Melee gives time pressure. Mage will be next. So I'm just doing some damage. Don't just kill the ranger because he's in front of you. Think. Could have respawned the ranger and I could have had to do a pillar stack, which you don't want to do if you don't have to. Okay, so this is a little awkward, right? We have a melee, time pressure, problems. Why don't we step down and let him down? All right, let's kill this. Time pressure, right? If this digs, I might be screwed. And we're good, except what do I do when he digs to me? What do I do? Corner trap. It's a corner trap. If you were shouting corner trap, you win. You win a prize. We're going to corner trap. Because it works on both sides of the pillar. Easy. Whoa, lagging. Okay. Corner trap. Don't lag in Inferno. It's bad for your health. Oh, he's back. What will I do this time? The same thing. And I'm probably going to kill this in time. I would hope. For you, I'll have come right back. For me, I lagged out and logged out of that wave. And we're back about 40 minutes later. I think we're good now, so we'll log back in. By the way, you can log out in Inferno, it's fine. Log back in, it'll do the next wave as long as you've cleared it. So, we'll see what happens. I think we're starting 58 or 59, something like that. So, I'm going to log in, pray Mage and Piety. It gives me a little break. And we'll do the wave. Let's go. Move up here. Okay. We're going to kill this guy. This is a rare case where we kill the ranger. Now, I could off-tick with the mage. That's fine. You do not need to off-tick something, or very rarely need to get a cape. So this is a rare case where killing the ranger's okay. So let's do that. Moving to this mage. Melee's going to dig in a second, so when he does, I'm just going to safe spot him over here, and I'm going to give him the specs. And unlucky. Hate to see it. That's okay. So I'm actually going to let the melee down. Cool. And if I wiggle like this, think I can get the blob to pull down. It's always kind of weird when it respawns stuff because it goes inside. Yeah, I can get it to wiggle down. There we go. Bit better. All right, let's shoot our Phantom, get full health, and then go to the next wave. We were on 60. I was further than I thought. Okay. Okay, I still have 8 boosts, so I'm probably not going to hit an armor brew, but something to keep in mind is that we can at some point. You guys see that nibbler? I don't. He doesn't exist to me. Okay, there you would have just tanked until you killed the bat. And 1 tick alternate. When melee digs, what am I going to do? I'm going to throw in Deadeye because this is actually an awkward situation. It's going to suck. But when he digs, I can just go to the ranger and start alternating there instead. And we'll be fine. Ideally, we kill the mage here. That would be great. Didn't happen. Okay, to you. Alternate. Remember, you don't want to kill the ranger first if possible. Ranger, alternate. Nice thing about Deadeye, if you do have to camp it like this, you have a kind of tricky wave. It is half drain of rigor, so it doesn't use too much. Try not to camp it like the whole time, but you can in a pinch. That was a good case to use it. Let's pull this guy up, and I would phantom him, but I took no damage, so cool. Oh, hey, a nibbler exists. Let's get it. Can you see how little damage that pillar took? The pillar was... It took, what, 60 damage? 60 damage off that one nib. I left it the entire time. That's how little damage it does when there's only one nib on a pillar. So, if I chased it there, almost guaranteed dead. Almost guaranteed dead. But we leave the nibbler, get him later. Don't chase nibs on these waves. Don't chase. All right, we'll kill this guy. I'm probably going to Armor Brew. Kind of nice because I need prayer anyways. 62 is an extremely hard wave. Corner trap this, corner trap this, corner trap this, corner trap this, corner trap this. Why? What are you talking about, Gnomonkey? What do you mean corner trap that? You could corner trap anything right here. Anything. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if it's a blob, a bat, a mage, a ranger. It doesn't matter. If I didn't corner trap that, what would be happening right now? I'd be getting my ass railed. I don't want to get my ass railed. So a good default movement when you start a wave, do a cast, go to this corner, immediately corner trap whatever's here. Okay? So that's why we do that. Because I haven't seen a pillar stack yet, I'm actually going to kill everything. So I'm going to try to force a pillar stack. You would just start killing the mage. I'll leave the... I can't really leave the bat. I can pull the bat down after. We'll show a pillar stack. I just want to make sure we get one because we're pretty late waves and I haven't seen one yet, so... What do I do? Oh, it's over. Oh, I just die. It's it. That's over. This is the same thing as a blob. It's going to be the exact same thing. Except the way you approach it is very important. You must be starting in the middle of the pillar. The middle of the pillar. Right here. Not here. And not here. In the middle of the pillar. What we are not going to do is just click something. We are going to always click to this corner of pillar. All right? We're going to pray ranged. Praying against the thing in the back. I'm going to click to this corner. We're going to watch the animation on the guy in the back and then start alternating. Ready? Go. Now, how do I start attacking something? Pray the mage. Start it up again. So I just looked at the ranger again. Start it up again. Now, what happens if he respawns something? Nothing. Because when he respawns, it's 8 ticks for him to do that animation, and then he goes back to attacking you. 8 is 2 of his normal attacks, so it doesn't change anything about the cycle. You just keep flicking. If he respawned a blob, I would just keep going. Just keep going. Now, if you have a weird pillar stack, you have something in the front, bat, blob, something like that. We Do Raids has a solve for basically every single possible pillar stack. So if you have something confusing, you can always just check in there. They have a really solid Inferno guide from years ago, which still holds up, so. This is arguably the hardest wave of Inferno. Let's see how it goes. And it's the freest wave ever because I remembered I can corner trap. But those nibblers... Guess what? I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with the Inferno. So I'll just leave those. Well, shit, dude. What do I do? I don't see a solve. If I step out here, I'm gonna have to off-tick with the Ranger. This is fucked. What do I do? I'm not hitting. I guess I'm gonna die. Or put your gun on. Turn the safety off. Voila, he's gone. If I had pipe specs, I'd use him. He's gone. If there's nothing you can do, you don't see any solve whatsoever, shoot him. Shoot him. I see people run around. They're like not sure exactly what to do. They run around in a circle. They're like, I'm not sure exactly what to do here. They give up mentally, and then they just die, taking melee hit after melee hit. Just kill him. Just kill him. It's going to work 9 times out of 10. Probably 19 times out of 20, honestly. Almost always is going to work. So just do that. All right, that's it. We should be through the Inferno. 64 and 65 aren't free, but they're much easier. So let's see how these go. I would probably not waste Armadyl. I mean, here I have a shit ton, so I can if I want to. I would probably not waste Armadyl past 64, because you just don't need it until Jad. So, like, these are very free spawns at this point. All right. 64 is double melee. Just not bad. Damn, this is a familiar wave. What do I do here? Corner trap. If I didn't corner trap, I would be getting my ass kicked. Same as before. Corner trap. It saves lives. It saves lives. What do I do when these guys dig? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Quick, 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 quick. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Corner trap. Okay, if that guy digs soon, I'm gonna gun him down. We'll see. He's gonna dig fairly soon, but not too soon. Probably have the time to deal with this. Get on the mage. And just spray melee. A lot of times, like, if you don't see a solve, kill something is good enough. Just sitting there, the wave will never solve itself. If you tank something and are killing stuff, sometimes you get away with it, right? So in a situation like that, like, I don't see the perfect solve. Kill something. Kill something. Kill something. At least do something. Work towards solving the wave, whatever that takes. Even if it's not perfect what you're doing right now, do something. Think of something better while you do something, right? Don't do nothing. Oh yeah, there's a guy, but like, it doesn't matter anymore, so... I guess we get the pillar CA. Sure. This is double ranger. Make sure you get your tank prey on. Because you're probably going to tank a ranger off spawn. Should you start this wave with range pay? No! No, you shouldn't! Oh, this is going to be fun. This is always the thing that fucks people up. Don't start this... Do not start this wave with range prey. Because the average hit of this guy is much higher than 2 of these. And the odds of the mage seeing you off spawn is a lot higher than both of the rangers seeing you off spawn. So don't start with... Do not start with range prey on this wave. I've seen people do that. Do not do that. What do I do here? I don't know what to do. What could I do? There's just no solve, right? I can't get to that guy. He's in an annoying place. I guess I try to do the off tick and line it up, right? Literally magic. Literally magic. How? 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 How did that work? What did you just do? I did a splash. The game sees splashes in a very weird way. A splash is a melee to the game. The game thinks a splash is melee. It doesn't see it as magic. So to the game, when I cast Blood Barrage at him, I ran up and I whacked him instantly as I turned the pillar with my 7-tile halberd. I went, that's what I just did. When you do a splash off tick, it flinches him for 2 ticks. So in a situation where you're like, I don't know what to do. This is a little back pocket trick. If you can splash on the mage, it 2-tick off ticks it. And you're good. There's a small chance you land the freeze, and that sucks. So it's not the best solution ever, but low odds. They have high mage. So that always works. It's always an option that you have in your back pocket. When does it not work? The only thing that makes it not work is if the mage respawns something. So let's say I killed this guy. I managed to kill him over here, right? I killed him. Then I do that on the mage, and it respawns the ranger behind him, and then I go back. And you're like, can I do it again? Nope. Nope. You can't. You can't anymore. You now have to do the worst pillar stack possible. Did I mention you shouldn't kill rangers before mages? That's a good reason why. For some reason, it bugs out, and you can no longer do a splash off tick if the mage respawns something. So it has some things that make it not work, right? But it's a tool you have in your back pocket. Show them how to off tick this on the left. Oh yeah, you could do this. So pretend ranger is back over here, right? I'll probably tank a hit to do this. If we step to the right until the mage flickers, we can do this. Hang on. Let me do it one more time. Mage flicker. And we're back around. That also was completely valid to what I just did. Probably take a range hit setting it up. That also works. So basically, you're just letting the mage see you, running straight back to the left side while he's still on cooldown. Let the ranger hit you instead. Both valid. Both of the solves are valid. All right, this is double mage. You don't even have to cast at the nibs. You can just stand in the middle if you want. Start hitting them. I'll save the pillar to get the CA, though. Why not? Yay, CA. Okay. Just camp your mage prey on these. You could flick them, but why? If you mess up, you take 140 damage. Just, it's fine. When you start speedrunning, maybe, but... Okay, what you want to do is get one of them as low as possible. Perfect. If I send one more shot, it might kill. Now get on the other one. And what we're going to do is blowpipe them both. If you kill one mage, it can respawn it, right? So we're just trying to kill them both rapidly back to back. So that is what we will do. I'm going to explain Jad protocol because people get real confused on how to do Jads. There is a right way to do Jads. I know, it's not just like flick the prayers. You also need to not waste a bunch of brew on Jad healers. All right, these guys are both low. Deadeye, pipe on. Yay! Okay, Jad's gonna spawn up here. Where are you gonna stand? Why does it matter, Gnomonkey? Can't I just stand, I don't know, fucking here? No! You can't! What? Jad healers spawn in this area around Jad, okay? Are you following? Are you following? Okay. They are going to move towards his southwest tile. They're going towards his brain, right? That's how healers work. We are going to stand right here. Why? Why? Because when healers are walking backwards, it gives high odds that they walk behind us. Why is that good? Why do we want them to walk behind us? When they walk behind us, you don't have to tag them, and they don't hit you. They only heal when they're in melee range of Jad, right? So, if one goes behind us, and this spot gives you the highest odds of that happening, they just sit there, and you don't have to deal with them. Phase 2 of why this spot is so good. If a guy is behind you, you've just generated a safe spot. Congratulations. You can step backwards, and he'll block the other healers who are punching you. Right? They'll stop. They won't do that. And you're like, does that matter? Do they really hit hard? Yes! Yes! They beat your ass. They hit real hard. Okay? So do this. Go to this tile. Not this one. Not this one. Not this one. Don't go over here. Nope. Nope. Colder. 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 This tile. Right here. One tile away from his southwest opposite side. One tile northwest of him. That's where you want to stand. All right, so let's see. Let's see if it turns out that way. Might get unlucky and the healers might not spawn like that, but good odds. Why does it matter that we're north of him versus south of him, by the way? Why is that better? It's a little bit better because when the healers are around Jad's corner, his southwest tile, that's where a barrage goes, right here. So if I barrage Jad, yeah! It's going to tag everything around his corner. Everything here gets tagged. Okay? This is good. These are all good things. Let's kill Jad. I'm just going to log so we can talk about triples beforehand as well. And I have infinite prayer right now, so we're just going to camp prayer. If you did not have infinite prayer, probably don't. At 175, it's going to spawn healers. Aha! Wow! Oh, wow! And I tagged both of them. Whoa! Whoa, and I'm going to... Wait. Wait, and then I... What? Wait, you're telling me so what I just did avoided all damage? So, and all I had to do was stand on this tile? No, it can't be. It can't be. It's so free. Just do that. I swear. I swear. So this guy blocks them. We're corner trapping off the other guy. Easy. I did a log out. Okay, cool. All right, we're going to do the same thing with all 3 of the triple jads as well. We're going to go here, and then we're going to go over here, and then we're going to go over here. That's the plan. Okay, okay. All right. Pre-armor brew is good. Also good to be overhealed. Jads, max 113 in the Inferno. A armor brew, unfortunately, doesn't get you above that. Just don't tank a Jad hit, okay? You'll be good. Well, pre-brew armor brew reduces the odds of dying in 1 hit. What do you do if you take a Jad hit? Start clicking around. Miss another Jad hit. No! Catch the next prayer. Click brew. 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 Are we getting it? Are we getting it? Yes. 1 prayer, 1 dose. Click boss. Recover. Get back into the fight. Keep clicking. Don't give up once you take a Jad hit. You have very, very, very high odds of surviving a Jad hit. So if you die because you took a Jad hit and it hit you like a 70 and you freaked out, you just threw your cape for no reason. Don't do that. Okay? Carefully brew back up. Recover. Get back into it. Okay? All right. I'm going to hit an armor brew and I'm going to hit a restore. Let's get to full prayer as well. All right. Let's do this. Let's put you back here. Really nice to be able to equip staff and click Jad to tag healers that are back here. It's a thing we're going to be using. Let's give it a shot. I'm going to do the exact same thing I did on 1 Jad as the triple Jads. 3 ticks per Jad attack. There will be 2 ticks in between them, and then they will attack. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Just like that. So spawn healers next shot. Tank him. No choice. Will he damage me? Let's find out. Not too bad. Not too bad. Pretty humble. Pretty humble. Okay, I'm going to work my way over to the other side of Jad. You could theoretically do it here. I won't tell your mom, but it is better on this side. So that's where I'm going. If you stood 1 tile south of him, I would not yell at you. I would not yell at you. Let's sip a restore. Don't brain off just because you're at 2 Jads. I've seen so many people die on 2 Jads. I'd say it's more common to die on 2 than 1, or die on 2 than 3. Ooh, this is familiar. What? What do you do if you have 2 healers on you? This happens a lot. What happens? You tag 1 here, 1 here, they're both hitting you. What do you do? 1 tile north. Just step back 1 more tile. They will auto corner trap, so you're fine. You cannot tank 2 healers. Do not tank 2 healers. Log out, sure. All right, last Jad. On this one, I'm going to show how to lure the healers if you wanted to heal off them, which you probably want to do after triples because you'll probably take some damage. One more shot. 1 more. One more. Jad's very tanky. One more. One more. There it is. Okay, come here. Pray melee. Odd tiles of him while you pray melee. Let's stack these up. Wait for an attack. Pray it. Pray melee. Run through. And we're golden. Unfortunately, I stepped them apart, so now I can only heal. Oh, no, I can still heal off all of them. If you heal off the middle one, you can heal off Jad as well, which actually does add up. You can do some takeoffs. And heal back up. Slowly, but surely. I'm full health, but you keep doing that. All right, and that's triples. Triples are not the hard part of Inferno at all. It's just keeping your nerves in check. Triple Jads is really no different than single Jad. It's just faster, but it's still the same rhythm. Instead of a 9-tick rhythm, it's a 3-tick rhythm, so... I tanked a Jad hit. Did I? It wouldn't be a teaching stream if I didn't tank a 0. What did I tank? A ranged Jad hit? I prayed mage?
You sat there.
Okay, easy.
When you're trying to send it. You AFK'd in the brain like you told chat not to.
Yeah, don't do that. Alright. Okay. Alright, we are going to do Zuk. Now, here's the deal. I actually, yesterday, went in and did a run. I speed ran quick with a Slayer helmet in the inventory. I just speed ran quick through the waves. And I got to Zuk, and I did it the way I see First Capers doing it, losing a ton of ticks. I did a very, very bad, slow Zuk. So what we're going to do, we'll do the teaching part of Zuk, but after this in the video, you'll be able to see side by side what it looks like to lose a bunch of ticks versus killing Zuk like quickly, efficiently. Killing Zuk quickly is so much easier than playing safe, dropping ticks left and right, taking your time. Zuk is not the place to tank your time. Zuk is the place to kill him! Kill him. I'm sorry, Paprika. Kill Zuk. We're gonna kill him. We're gonna get the cape. Flip the brain. No more resource management. Kill him. Kill him. Shoot him with arrows until dead. You don't play safe. You don't do anything. You're gonna stay potted the whole time. Your offensive prayer is gonna stay on the whole time, and you're going to keep shooting Zuk as much as possible, and you're going to lose as few ticks as possible. Okay? That's the plan. You don't play like you did the rest of the Inferno. The rest of the Inferno is back there. We're killing Zuk now. Okay? I have some tiles marked. These ones are important. On a Bofa cape specifically, they're extra, extra, extra important. Okay? These 3 tiles are between the safe spots. So these are the safe spots. Safe, 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 right? You're safe when the shield touches these. If you're on this tile, you'll be fine. These tiles drag you towards Zuk, who's in the middle of the room. So it drags you like this. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. You want to get dragged. Why? When you get dragged, you can drag and shoot the boss in the same tick. It's a 2-for-1 deal. If you click Zuk from right here and you're off cooldown, your next tick will move and shoot him. You follow? Doing this drag click when the shield is going this direction, do this, click Zuk, you're going to move and then shoot him, is going to help you not lose ticks. Okay? It's very, very important not to lose ticks because Zuk is a DPS race. The longer Zuk takes, the more sets that are going to spawn and the harder the boss is going to be. If you want an easy Zuk, kill him. Kill him. We follow? Okay. I'll try to explain, like, during the run, how to, like, not lose ticks and that kind of thing. That's the most important thing. Be aggressive. Click boss as much as possible. Do as much damage as possible. Goal is kill him ASAP. No taking your time anymore. That's done. Yeah, we'll explain as we go. We'll explain as we go. I think I'm good to send. We'll put this tool in the description, but there's a tool that simulates Inferno, and it's fairly accurate. It's fairly accurate. So if you put it on wave 69, you can actually see, like, I have a full setup here. all my keys work. You can set up F keys in the settings, that kind of thing. And you can also change your setup. So whatever you're using, T-bow, Bofa, whatever you're doing, you can change that here. And you can also not only do that, you can practice any part of Zuk by right-clicking him. So we're doing shots, boom. Let's say I want to practice healers on Zuk, right? All I do to do that, get ready here, spawn healers button. And now I'm doing healers. So you can practice any part of Jad, like any part of Zuk. You don't have to get through the whole thing. Very, very good for practice. It's super, super helpful. You can also spawn Jad. Hi, Jad. Anything you want to do. If you want to die very quickly, that's a good button to hit. But very, very helpful. Very, very, very helpful. So it's really good to use the sim. Okay. One thing that will be different from this run for you, if you are 70 to 80 agility, you want to, when you get Zuk to 600 health, walk with the shield a little bit just to get run energy back. A low agility level means you might run out if it goes real hairy. And I'll explain exactly why you would wait at that point. We'll get into it. Just know, if you're kind of lower agility, walk with the shield a little bit at 600 health. Okay? You do not need a stamina, but you might need to get your run energy up a little bit if you're a little lower. No, you never ever need a stamina for any reason. Not even at 1 agility. As long as you walk with the shield a bit, you'll be good. Okay, we're going to Armadyl. Restore. How is this going to work? What are these for? What do these do? Do I just randomly, like, drink them? They're range pot. They're range pot. That gives you health, okay? Think of it that way. It's not a brew. It's a range pot that gives you health, okay? So if you need to pot, if you're not potted, sip one. If you are potted, you shouldn't be sipping these. You should be sipping brew. We follow? Okay, cool. Let's do it. I'm going to try to do this as well as possible, and I'm going to try to explain what I'm doing as we go. All right. Yummy. Oh, I can mention that. Full prayer, overhealed, we're boosted. Let's do it. Okay. We're going to be standing there for a second, and a cutscene's going to play. Before that cutscene starts, activate your offensive right now. Turn it on. Cutscene starts. When the cutscene starts, right-click Zuk. When the camera shifts, click. We're starting off with 0 tick loss. So that's how you do that. Get that shot in. Don't lose damage at the start. My goal is to keep the attack timer metronome counting the entire time. If the numbers disappear, I've lost ticks. So goal is just keep that cooldown going. Keep the bow shots going. It's mage side. It's never mage side. Okay. Mage side I do in kind of an interesting way. Because I do damage, we don't have to tag mage at the start. So I'm not gonna. It'll line up with bad run. It's so perfect. Okay, mage is gonna spawn. Pre-ranged. Bofa. Shoot him. Shoot him. Zuk did his attack. Pipe on. Specs. Specs. Bow for the mage. So I now don't have to pray against anything. I don't have to tank any damage by doing that. And we're going to keep doing damage. Am I going to kill that mage? No. Because now my goal is get Zuk down to 600 health. It is get him down to 600 health. When Zuk is down to 600 health, sets cannot spawn for a little bit. It pauses the timer. So, at that point, we can take care of that mage. Right now, it's a waste of time to kill him. We don't have time to waste. We are killing Zuk. Goal is lose no ticks. Try to move up right after you shoot is going to help you not lose ticks. I wait for the shot. Now I'm moving up. I'm keeping this timer counting the whole time. The whole time. Keep in mind this is Deadeye. This is not Rigger, this is Deadeye. Okay. Can you tell it's Deadeye? Damage could be better. I'm gonna do one more shot. Now let's move up. All right, we're good. Kill a mage. Timer's paused. So now it doesn't matter if we lose ticks. Like, this part is fine. There's downtime. You can turn off your offensive if you were low prayer. I'm not. You can turn off offensive just for this, and when you start tagging Zuk again, turn it back on. Okay, now we're going to get Zuk after I kill this down to 480 health. That will spawn Jad. So turn our prayer off. Let's do it. We can see I've lost 20 run energy thus far, so it's not a problem. I'm 99, so I have tons of run energy. But here's where you would walk. If I hit higher than a 9, we will spawn Jad. Don't let Jad get a hit on your shield. Tag him ASAP. If you don't tag him instantly and you shoot Zuk again, he's going to get a hit off. Really good to turn your camera like this, because then you can see Jad. And then when the shield catches up to you, move up. I'm going to tag this with a barrage. Move up. You don't have to shoot from the safe spots on Jad either. You can shoot him from anywhere in the room. If it's good to shoot from here, do it. Which it was there. I would have lost a tick otherwise. Move up. Alright, we've killed Jad. What do we do now? Keep killing him! Got things to do. Brew up. Overheal. We want 115 for this next part. Armor brew. Restore again. Let's get our stats back. Okay. At 240, healers are going to spawn. It is extremely important we send healers at the right time. The right time is in the next 2 shots. Can we get it? Nope. And chill. Let's do some unriggered shots just to make sure we don't send on accident. I actually can rigger. Okay, unriggered will be fine. Shoot now. If I send here, we're good. Nope, didn't send. Wait, be patient. So a lot of people here get antsy. They're getting the first cape. Oh, you're gonna click him, right? No. No, dude. Follow the protocol. Follow the protocol. Wait for him to do the animation. Attack. Okay. Here's healers. Throw on Redempt. And try to do this as little tick loss as possible. While they're turning towards you, you can't actually tag them again until they fully turn around. So if you can tag the next one in the line, it's going to help. Otherwise, your shot will just not happen. Send pipe shots or pipe specs when you're low or when you've lost some health and can benefit from speccing. And try to lose as few ticks as possible as you do this. Just keep on moving. I can bow for this one. Sweet, we're done. And we're going to kill Zuk. I like how he's 420. How perfect is that? Okay, now we're hoping if I was fast enough and I lost few enough ticks that I'm going to kill Zuk before the set spawns. We'll find out. I'm not going to heal up. I'm not going to waste any damage. I'm going to try to lose as few ticks as possible. Now, it's really hard during this part, and you've already seen me lose a couple ticks. It's really hard during this part not to lose ticks because the save spots don't work anymore, and you have to stay with the shield. So just try your best, stick with the shield, and try not to lose ticks if you can, when possible. And I think we're pacing to beat the set. We'll see. With Deadeye, by the way. Now, if I notice I'm missing like 20 shots in a row, I might brew up for the next set. Oh, I actually didn't beat it. Wow. Let's see if I tag Mage and kill him. Curious. The shield's pretty good health, so I'm going to try just killing him. Worst case scenario, I'll whip around and tag Ranger. I think we're good. Yep. So in a case like that, just kill Zuk. Really, really good. Keep in mind, like that shield, it's rolling 1 to their max hit, so they're not necessarily going to hit super hard. And also, When the shield is dying, let's say it dies on you. Oh no. If you just stand there, the death animation on the shield is like, it like crumbles from the top. It goes like, doo, 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 doo. And then it finally disappears. That whole time you're safe from Zuk as well. Okay, there you go. That's a cape. Not too bad. 2 hours, 10 minutes. We explained a lot. Unlucky. I did a comparison run and you can see the difference when you lose a bunch of ticks, how much harder Zuk is. I got 3 sets in the comparison run. So much harder and so much worse if you don't just hammer damage. If you do not just hammer damage, keep doing damage. Keep doing damage. Keep doing damage. That's the biggest thing by far. Can you tick-eat Zuk? No. Can you tick-eat Jad? Yep. You can. So if you see you're taking a Jad hit, heal. Heal. You can tick-eat anything except Zuk. You cannot tick-eat Zuk. Unlucky. Should you repeatedly redempt healers? No. What does a healer max hit? 10. What does your health have to be to proc redemption? 9. What does that mean? They could kill you. Okay? Redemption is plot armor. You're like hoping the 1 in 10 doesn't happen and it heals you if you screw up. But you should be brewing long before you get to redempt. Don't rely on redempt. You can use it just in case something goes wrong, but do not repeatedly redempt healers. You'll die. You'll die. There's a 1 in 10 chance every time they hit you that you'll die. So when you have armor brew left, what you can do is this. So check out my levels. I'm potted right now, right? Brew. Range level down. Armor brew. Range level up. Brew. Range level down. Armor brew. Range level up. This heals you like 27 health, right? When you do this, but you keep your range level. So if you have a ton of range pot left for healers, do this. And now you don't need to restore because the only stat we care about is your range level. I could brew my other stats all the way down. Nobody cares, right? So you could just spam like that if you have a bunch of extra. Just don't waste it all. So armor brew is super good for healing up rapidly. Very, very solid. And here is the comparison video. Okay, here we have a poor play Zuk, basically, and then a very good Zuk. So basically, I just speedran to Zuk twice on 2 different accounts. That's why there's a Slayer helm at the bottom. Just to see like a Zuk with a bunch of tick loss, kind of typical of like a first cape learner Zuk, versus like one with really, really solid play. So I just wanted to show the difference on the two. So there's a lot of stuff going on with the Bad Zuk that is incurring a bunch of tick loss, and we have like a counter going on just to show every time I lose ticks. The main thing is getting a little scared with the shield and not moving up aggressively. So you'll see a lot of the time, I do the shot, and then I'm sitting there and I'm waiting, and then I move up. And that's going to incur a bunch of tick loss anytime that happens. One of the nice things of doing mage side set, when you're not going to get a bunch of sets, is that you can let the shield take a bunch of damage. And you can do it in this very safe way where I don't tag both, and I tag mage last. So you can see the Bad Zuk is taking a bunch of damage, and it's very, very dangerous. But for the good Zuk side, I just got to pre-range the whole time and then tag the mage after. So I took no damage from that. So a lot less supply use from that as well. And you can already see that Zuk is almost 250 damage ahead, and it's still going strong. You're basically, you're going to see from the good Zuk that I'm almost always a full phase ahead. And the reason that's so important to stay ahead is that if you're ahead on Zuk, you're going to get less sets. And the less sets you get, the less resources you're going to use, and the less damage your shield is going to take. Just making Zuk easier overall. So playing more aggressive, more dangerously, like trying not to lose ticks and push forward as much as possible is actually going to make the fight easier, not harder. Just kind of backwards for most fights. Normally you think, oh, taking it safe, being very careful is going to be the best approach here. It's not for Zuk. It's not at all. Like, you want to do as much damage as possible. So I got Zuk to 600 health on the good Zuk side. I'm nearly getting there on the Bad Zuk side. I'm working my way there. Just killed that mage because the timer's paused after 600, and I'm getting ready to send Jad on the good Zuk side. Bad Zuk side just barely got him to 600 and is starting to kill the mage now. So they're behind a good amount. Here's the Jad spawn. So very important with Jad spawn to not lose ticks is to stop thinking about it like safe spots. You can shoot Zuk from anywhere in the entire arena. It's not like Zuk. Like, you don't get dragged from anywhere. See, I just did a shot on that tile that would normally drag you to Zuk. So taking advantage of that and doing shots whenever possible, it's going to be really, really important. Also, good camera angle is really important for Jad. It's really important to get your camera turned all the way around. And basically, the way you stay safe with this is you're just going to move up when the shield hits your safe tile. So you see, that's your cue to move up. It's just like the shield has hit you, and you're good to go forward. Bad Zuk is just now sending Jad. So we can see I've almost killed Jad on the good side. Jad is just barely getting sent on the bad side. Jad takes about 1:15 to kill on average, something like that. So we're literally like a full minute ahead right now, something like that. And that's purely just because I haven't lost any ticks. Bad Zuk side has lost, what is that, 7 shots by now? So big difference in tick loss. Losing full shots is the easiest way to get extra sets. Like, you do not want to get extra sets. So the big thing I do with Zuk is I speedrun and try to get through it as quickly as possible to avoid having to do all the hard parts of Zuk. It's really going to make it easier. So Bad Zuk is still killing Jad. I'm walking with the shield here on good Zuk side. Now, this is not tick loss because you need to send healers on a good side. So I'm forced to wait here. Bad Zuk is just barely killing Jad as I send healers on the good Zuk side. So let's take a look at the healers. Now, this is the only part where I lost any ticks whatsoever. I kind of had to play safe with the shield and not go in front of it there, so I lost a tick there. And I lose a little bit of ticks with the healers. But it's very important to do shot move with the healers. Anytime you're just like standing still, like not doing shots at things, like you're going to keep taking more and more damage. Healers have a ridiculous damage output. So you're going to see like, because I did this like fairly quick damage, fairly good protocol on the healers, I don't even brew here. So healers are down. I'm 35 health, 29 health. And now I'm just going to hit a divine because it doesn't matter. I don't need to do anything else for this fight. All I need to do is not take a Zuk hit, and I've won Zuk just like that. So on the Bad Zuk side now, you're going to see I'm going to wait the set because I've taken too long, so I need to play careful. But good Zuk side is there's not going to be another set. We're going to beat that second set and just kill Zuk before it ever spawns. And I'm going to get my Inferno cape just like that. Really no issues whatsoever. Very clean, very simple fight. So since we're waiting, let me explain a couple things. With Zuk, there's a lot of ways to save ticks. Easiest way is to not do this thing I see where people like run all the way to the safe spot very carefully. Instead, what you want to do is just always keep shots going at Zuk and try to move up right after you shoot. Because if you do a shot, wait a little bit, and then move up, that's where you're going to lose ticks basically every single time. And I notice a lot of times people are like confused on like what I mean. Like, why does it matter if you lose ticks? Well, that's why we did this comparison, because it's so important not to lose ticks on Zuk because it just makes it so much easier for you. If you just keep up doing damage, keep doing shots, it's going to just get you your cape just like that. And their good Zuk is done. I think I actually lost 4 ticks total. Very little damage lost. Maybe 1 shot over the entire fight. And so now we're going to wait forever for the set. The Bad Zuk actually had really good damage. This is better than you would expect. Like every single hit was like above average. So this was a very good Zuk for damage, but it was just bad for total shots taken. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait the set. We're going to kill that, and then I'm going to try to send healers as quickly as possible after. And I'm also going to purposefully this run show a bad healer send. So it's very important to get a good healer send. Equally as important as not losing ticks is sending healers at the right time, because the more Zuk heals up, the more you're going to have to shoot Zuk. And not only is that post and rage where like it's very dangerous to be fighting Zuk at all at that point. Post and rage means the safe spot stopped working, so you have to stay very close to the shield. Very easy to take a Zuk hit. It also means you're probably going to get another set after this one. So here, I don't play this set super bad. We're just trying to slam pipe shots into the ranger after tagging the mage. And obviously, I can't just not tag the mage like I did that first set either, because so many sets means so much shield damage taken, so I take a lot of damage again. So we're going to use even more brew here. The good Zuk, for comparison, didn't need any brew whatsoever. So the supply usage is quite crazy. So I don't need to kill this mage, not at all. And ideally, I'd be sending Zuk right now. But I'm kind of showing like learner brain, like, oh, I feel like I have to kill this. You don't. You don't ever have to kill the mage. If you waited a set before the shield, you should just send healers immediately. And I'm trying to purposefully get a really bad healer send just to show how bad it is for the length of the Zuk overall. So we're going to kill this mage, even though I don't have to. And I remember I noodled a ton on this mage, so I just keep shooting it, keep not hitting. And now we're going to try to send healers right here, which is the worst time to send it. Ideally, you send right after the shot at that shield on the corner. You send 2 shots. If you don't get it, then you're going to wait. Here I'm doing the opposite, so I'm like sending at the worst possible time. And there's my healers. And not only that, not only was I not ready with pipe in hand to shoot them, I just barely got that tag on that second healer, which was good. I think most learners wouldn't get that. And just watch Zuk's health skyrocket here. The healers have a ridiculous healing output. So the longer it takes you to tag them, you can see Zuk is at 683. Yeah, not ideal. I typically try to get a healer send around 300 health on Zuk. I can kind of see I'm doing the right protocol with the armor brew and the brew. So what you want to do is just hit brew and then armor brew when you need to heal, and it's going to give you a ton of health. Okay, so now, because Zuk has such ridiculous health, and here I'm showing the tick loss when you use brews and you're not shooting Zuk, because a lot of people do this. This is just horrendous. It's just losing a crazy amount of ticks, like drinking things that don't prevent you from attacking. Because Zuk has such a ridiculous amount of health at this point, there is no chance I'm going to avoid the 3rd set either. So what you're looking at from your own Zuk is, yeah, maybe you won't get only the 1 set in your Zuk. Your goal is just to see 2 and maybe see the second one post healers. If you get that, you're going to easily get your cape, no problem. If you get pretty good damage, you might even get only the 1st set on your 1st cape, which would be great. If you see a 3rd set, you've given yourself a really hard Zuk for no reason. And it's a sign that you needed to tighten up your shots and do more damage. So all this like very careful walking with the shield, losing a ton of ticks, just playing very, very carefully. It's all going to lead to us getting a 3rd set. And it's not even going to be close. There's no chance we kill Zuk before we see this 3rd set. And we can see the supplies are getting really, really close here. I walked in with more supplies than I had on the good Zuk side, and I'm still at a brew and 1 armor brew left, with only 1 restore left as well. So the supplies here are not great. Okay, that 3rd set is about to spawn. Still have 300 health left to kill on Zuk, so it's not close. Okay, I'm just going to leave that Ranger up. Ranger doesn't do too much damage to the shield, and it hasn't taken too much damage, so I'm safe to leave it for a little bit here, but I'm going to have to attack it soon. And here I'm doing the right thing, not killing the mage. There's no reason to kill it. It's doing absolutely nothing. That actually looks scary, but it was totally safe. You can stand up to 3 tiles away from the shield, and it'll still hit the shield. So we're good there. Pump a couple specs. They don't do any damage. Very average. So I'm going to brew. Armor brew. Get that health right back up. Common thing you're going to see that I didn't do in this Zuk is losing a bunch of ticks on your pipe walk with like healers, with Ranger, that kind of thing. Anytime you're losing ticks with a pipe walk, that's going to make you take the most damage of the entire fight. So that's probably the most important time to not lose ticks. And I didn't really do that too much this kill. I'm basically just losing ticks on my Bofa, and that's it. So you easily could have a much worse performance Zuk than this one. It's not even the worst like I could come up with, but just trying to show a generally not great Zuk. I'm trying to show the shakes here a little bit. I'm gonna get my cape. I'm gonna get my cape. I think, baby. Yeah. The cape is one here as long as we don't take a Zuk hit. So, just trying to show a little bit of freaking out. You want to do a lot less of this playing super careful, like very carefully staying with the shield and not shooting. You want to just keep shots going the whole time. Stay safe. If you need to lose a tick here and there to keep up with the shield, that's okay. But you don't want to do this like gluing yourself to the shield. Just stop shooting for long periods of time like this. Like you want to keep shots going downrange, kill Zuk as fast as possible. Because the longer you're in the Zuk fight, the more chance there is of death. And there we go, still a successful cape. But you could just see how much harder that was, how much greater the supply use was. And you can see the stats page here, 896 total damage wasted on that bad Zuk versus around like 15 damage on the good Zuk. It's a big difference.